The broke husband swaggered into a high-end restaurant with Linda and her son. He spent $10 million on one meal without a second thought, because he knew the woman, who always said yes to him, would pay the bill like she always did. He even pretended to be generous, pushing Linda's leftover soup to the woman, telling her to finish it and pay the bill on the way. But this time, what he got was her refusal. He did not know that the gentle, obedient woman in front of him was no longer the cash machine he could control. Because she had been reborn in her last life, she was extremely rich and gave everything to her husband. But during a simple appendicitis surgery, he and Linda worked together to set her up. While she was weak, they forced a heart transplant to give her heart to Linda. She died full of hatred on the cold operating table. And after her death, they took all her property. Now when she opened her eyes again, she was back on the day before the tragedy. On New Year's Eve, Linda and her son had already moved into the house, working with the husband behind her back. The dumplings she made herself were just put on the table, and Linda's child threw them all up at once, saying with disgust that they were cheap pre-made food. Linda and the husband's aunt joined in, saying this kind of rough food was not good enough for a child. Not only did the husband not defend her, he even told her to kneel and apologize to Linda and her son. She sneered in her heart and directly told them to get out of her house. The husband got angry, saying Linda was a social elite, and it was an honor for her to host them. She stayed calm, knowing that reasoning was useless right now, so she pretended to give in and offered to book the top Michelin restaurant in the city. When the husband and Linda heard this, they were instantly delighted, thinking she was obedient again like before. At the restaurant, Linda and her son complained about the seats and demanded the best ones. The husband immediately ordered a change to the VIP area with a minimum spend of $100,000. After sitting down, the brat ran around the restaurant, scooping all the Boston lobsters out of the tank and smashing the restaurant's $1 million signature golden egg with a hammer. The manager came to ask about responsibility, but the husband made the call on the spot, buying all the lobsters and giving them to every guest. Encouraged by Linda, he even ordered one expensive bottle of wine for every table. The manager confirmed again and again. Once the wine was opened, it could not be returned, but the husband impatiently signed his name. Soon, a bill of $10 million was placed in front of him. He threw the bill to the woman and ordered her to pay immediately. He waited for her to take out her bank card like before and beg softly. But he did not know she had already frozen all his bank cards before leaving the house and had also prepared a divorce agreement that would leave him with nothing. She slowly walked up to him and said, "Why should I pay?"